Hello, my name is Ivan Shelburne, and I'm going to be talking about how creative nonfiction has many innovations recently, especially with social media, specifically Twitter, and I'm going to be talking about how Twitter is actually blowing up and becoming something that I think that anyone who is writing anything should be using Twitter to quote brand themselves. So, in today's society, most people can't leave their homes without picking up their smartphone with them in their pocket or purse. We carry all of our friends, family, connections, news, and everything in between with us everywhere we go. Twitter keeps us informed in 140 characters or less, and I can see how many people have liked my posts on Facebook without having to get up to check my computer. Well, actually, my phone tells me if someone comments on a status or updates their Twitter for me, so I don't even have to check my phone. Twitter is quickly gaining ground as one of the most popular social networking sites out there, right behind Facebook. However, I'd like to argue that Twitter is a better outlet to promote your own brand than Facebook. In this presentation, I will show you how Twitter is the best place for creative nonfiction writers to get their own name out there, better than Facebook, and here's why. According to Mashable.com, in 2008, Twitter had a 752% growth compared to 2007. In 2009, and this comes from the Nielsen Online, they indicate that Twitter grew 1,382% year over year in February of 2009, registering a total of just more than 7 million unique visitors in the US for the month. Not only is that a huge growth in 1 year, but in 1 month as well. As in January, Twitter.com clocked in with 4.5 million unique visitors in the US, meaning the service grew by more than 50% month over month. According to Twitter's blog, folks were tweeting 5,000 times a day in 2007. By 2008, the number was 300,000, and by 2009, it had grown to 2.5 million per day. Tweets grew 1,400% last year to 35 million per day. Today, we are seeing 50 million tweets per day. That's an average of 600 tweets per second. So, it is very apparent that not only is Twitter not going anywhere, it is actually still growing. With Twitter, you can essentially tell millions of people about what you're doing, or in our case, promote your new book, essay, or just start a blog and promote it on Twitter. Not only this, but social media is growing within schools as well. Mark Blankenship writes in How Social Media Can and Should Impact Higher Education that a recent survey conducted by the Babson Survey Research Group in collaboration with New Marketing Labs and the education consulting group Pearson Learning Studios, and they drew from almost 1,000 colleges and universities nationwide. This survey revealed that more than 80% use social media in some capacity, and more than half use the tools as part of their own teaching. Therefore, if you're writing in school, if you're writing anywhere, social media is the best place to post it, and especially Twitter, because you can just tweet, and not only will you send it to your followers, but you can send it to publishing companies, you can send it to celebrities that you follow, you can send it to comedians if you're writing things that you think is funny. I think this is a much better way to get your name out there than Facebook, where on Facebook only your friends see your work, people who you're friends with, but that won't get you very far unless your friends have connections. However, on Twitter, you can follow your favorite publishing companies, comedians, and so on. If you stand out enough, they will pay attention. Look at the creative shit my dad says. He started his life on Twitter, and now he has a show on NBC. According to Dan Schreiber, he says that essentially Twitter is a shorter and more viral form of blogging. So the same rules actually still apply, and by constantly writing or tweeting about your expertise on a specific topic, you'll become known for it, and people will gravitate you and follow you. He wrote an article from Mashable about how to build your personal brand on Twitter. This is important if you're going to want to get your name out there. If you're serious about creative nonfiction, it's not just about sending your book, short story, essay to a publishing company and crossing your fingers anymore. You have to stand out. You have to make a difference, and Twitter is a very good start. The more you tweet, the more people will take notice. And if you truly believe that what you have is good work, then people will read it and will become more popular. So with new innovations in the creative nonfiction field like social networking, it has become much easier to promote yourself and your brand. But you also have to think, anyone else out there can do this as well. Anyone can start his or her own Twitter account. Anyone can write a blog. But we just have to do it better. And I think that Twitter will become a great marketing tool. It already has in some ways, but I can see more and more writers promoting their books on Twitter, their blog, and their websites. I believe that Twitter has become a great way to share and access information. All creative nonfiction writers have to do is harness that. And I think that Twitter essentially is not going to be the end-all, be-all way to be found out. Now Twitter is a way to get your name out there, but it's not the end all of it. So I believe that creative nonfiction writers have this brand new tool that they can use to promote their new book that just got published or to try to get published. And I think that it's going to be a lot easier than it was in the past. Thank you.